Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and I do apologize for the lateness of this cast. There was some problems. I had a much longer cast envisioned. Sadly, for some reason, Windows Movie Maker doesn't like actually processing that. So, of course, I had to find another one. Took some time, tried to clean up some of my own games. That didn't work either, didn't get anything interesting. So what do? Well, of course, I popped back into the archives and I found this older one. Also one of mine, not very long, but still I have other things to do, so I have to also keep it brief, sadly. Yes, indeed, of course, feel free to send in games, of course. I am getting a lot, of course, not all of them are suited for, regular days. Perhaps Monday Novice Fight, but, there we go. Well, who shall be fighting within the northern corner? It is I, ImperialDane, of the 91st Luftlande Division. Opposing me shall be Slejpner, Odin's horse, I believe that is. Fighting for the American 4th Infantry Division, and in fact, let's begin. Yes, I apologize again for the briefness. It's just, I've been spending so much time in trying to get it up to work. Of course, it didn't work. Then tried to find a cast. Couldn't, find a game, and that took me quite some while. So again, I'm a bit, all energized in a sense. I suppose I just want to, cast the game and get it up as swiftly as possible so I don't get any complaints about that. Barracks going up for the Americans. Usual start. Wehrmacht quarters. Both pioneers working on that. Hooray! And of course, sometimes, you just get these days where things don't quite work like you want them to. And of course, you have to sort of try and improvise something. And of course, as a general rule of thumb, send something in max 45 minutes or something like that. I'll try and cast it beyond that. And it seems like Windows Movie Maker doesn't quite like it, or at least my computer seems to have some problems. Since I also have to remember, I also have to, process it in widescreen, which is a rather lot. And apparently, for some reason, Windows Movie Maker just doesn't like that. Might be able to once I get some more RAMs, but that will have to wait until next year and when I get some more cash in some manner, of course. So, patience until then, 45 minutes max if you'd be so kind. Anything above that, I'm afraid I'm going to just have to ignore. But securing what I can, west and east. Volksgrenadier heading down the center. Volksgrenadier of the 91st Luftlande Division, of course, could just be battalion troops. Getting ready. Riflemen are also, in fact, ready, heading also towards the center of Slejpner, the 8-legged horse, or whatever legged horse of Odin. And securing the strategic point right there. Volksgrenadier is advancing in the horizon. However shall this go? Fraps deciding it wants to be tiresome. Great, it's just my day, absolutely. Riflemen coming out of fire from the Volksgrenadiers, opening up. Volksgrenadiers getting on to the right side of the cover. Or at least getting away from the Rifleman 2nd Volksgrenadier team on the way. One of the starts are certainly prefer, otherwise, getting perhaps a stream margin. Volksgrenadiers opening up on the Rifleman with a vengeance, perhaps having to flank them a bit, laying down some sandbags, although in this case it looks to be a slightly wrong angle, not quite one that helps them against the evil Riflemen. One Volksgrenadier down, in fact, right away. And to make it worse, it was the squad leader, thus immediately decreasing the effectiveness of the squad. 2nd Volksgrenadier team, though, arriving, or team, and pioneers securing territory here, but engineers moving in, and of course I have set them to sort of, the queuing order, and of course that point was taken, so of course now I have to get them out of it. Engineers moving through, Riflemen sending about there, Volksgrenadiers laying down some sandbags to take this point, others covering them, Riflemen advancing, and taking up position in the building. Not looking good at all. Moving in to add some cover to at least protect. At least hope that provides some cover. Focusing down the Riflemen out in the open. Prioritize targets. And there we go. One down. At least now. Volksgrenadiers though doing a bit slim. Moving towards here. Towards the point where there's less Riflemen that can actually fire on them. Certainly more advantageous. Some laying down some sandbags to provide protection against all of this. MG42 on the way, Riflemen taking losses, although the Volksgrenadiers are themselves also doing so. MG42 advancing in the horizon. A bit of a standoff right here between the pioneers and engineers. Pioneers sort of stopped down there as well. Volksgrenadiers taking further losses. MG42 setting up. And Riflemen mucking about. And there we go, MG42 opening up on the Riflemen inside the house. 3rd Volksgrenadier team could be on the way. Pioneers moving in. Riflemen are in fact evacuating the house, perhaps feeling it's not very nice to be in there when the MG42 bullets are raining against the windows. Yes, indeed. 4th Infantry Division under slight pressure, but then again, so the Volksgrenadiers they're in fact quite worn down, not looking good. 3rd Volksgrenadier team on the way, and still a bit of a standoff here between the engineers and pioneers. And the engineers decide to charge the pioneers with iron light cover. Volksgrenadiers and riflemen facing off. MG42 standing up there. One team running away, the other staying. Might be able to secure some territory here rather swiftly. And skirmish phase on the way just in case. But no, in fact, Slejpner, the magical horsey of Odin, has decided on he wants a weapon support in, and I wager it's going to be a sniper. That tends to be the first thing they get. Of course, I might be wrong, but no, I'm not. Sniper is ready. Yes, indeed. And Volksgrenadiers securing as much territory they can, trying to cut off at least this bit of fuel. Flamethrowers ready. Volksgrenadiers heading southwards and getting ready to set up a Krieg barracks. Of course, I'm going to get a bit of a surprise now with the sniper. Quite the surprise. Not the one I like, though. And the pioneers force away the engineers with the might of the Flammenwerfer. Riflemen heading eastwards. What is on the way from the barracks? Could it be BARs as well? That would, yes, indeed. Browning automatic rifles and a sniper. That's certainly quite a bit of anti-infantry firepower. And laying down some sandbags. Immediately coming under fire from the Browning automatic rifles. Sniper opening up as well on the Volksgrenadiers. This is quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. Riflemen advancing under the aegis of the sniper. By on the way, yes indeed, this is before switch over to the Schwimmwagen. Riflemen though getting suppressed by a solid burst from the MG42 and retreating, and perhaps this could be a good time for the Volksgrenadiers to perhaps charge in and try and get that sniper. And the sniper rather realizes this is not his sort of situation where he wants to be in when they're and he does decide to fire actually for some odd reason. It of course gives me an indication of where he is and where the Volksgrenadiers are supposed to run at and shoot at, and there we go. Sniper running away with all haste. And the bike has arrived. BMW bike, in fact. I have suggested it was the Sundap, but the thing is, the Sundap could actually reverse. The BMW bike cannot. Fun fact, it seems. Getting the Krieg barracks. Of course, I might also consider getting a sniper, since I do know he spent a lot of resources on sniper and the rifleman with BAR. So, of course, getting a sniper would help me against his own sniper, and of course, also against the rifleman later on. Might want to, have laid down some barbed wire continuing while I have the time, but apparently I forgot or was concerted with other business. Laying down some mines here to protect against any attempts through there. Lovely, lovely. Volksgrenadiers getting reinforced. And not much else going on at the moment. But there we go, American assault moving in. Sniper and rifleman once more. My own sniper is a bit far away though. Pioneer still standing about, not entirely sure what to do. Sniper leads the way, bike ready to move in. Except there's a horde of riflemen with Browning automatic rifles ready to turn that into a heap of tin. And there we go, sniping on the MG42. Gunner Volksgrenadiers opening up on the sniper. Rifleman moving in to support, although of course... And the bike decides to move in as well. Riflemen though not quite close enough for that. And there we go, MG42 opening up. Rifleman pulling away. Volksgrenadiers getting sniped. And there we go, the riflemen are finally suppressed by the MG42. Volksgrenadiers moving in while they have the chance. And going blitzkrieg, going for assault. And lobbing assault grenades on all of these lovely riflemen right now in the open. Getting sniped by the sniper who's being very bold, and one rifleman team pinned down. Bike moves in, rifleman running away, others hanging about out in the open while getting gunned down by the MG42. One goes down, Volksgrenadiers flanking support, sniper moving in, but I am waiting him for a bit of a surprise against the American sniper. Again, that's one of the rules of counter-sniping. If you want to counter-snipe your opponent successfully somewhat, it tends to help if he doesn't know you're there with your own sniper. That's sort of one of the rules, otherwise he's going to be getting a lot more cautious. On the other hand, of course, if he's not, expecting you to have a sniper, he's going to be a lot more trigger happy, thus giving you more opportunities to snipe. And we are seeing the mortar opening up. That was less than enthusiastically great for me. Firing away there, making things slightly more dangerous for me. And getting a medic station as well. Hooray, huzzah, good move there. Certainly. Volksgrenadiers once more reinforcing, yes. And we are seeing some engineers moving about here, laying down mines. Good job there by Slejpner. 4th Infantry Division holding up well against the 91st Luftlande. Sniper sort of laid back. Rifleman advancing. Krieg barracks ready. And getting a mortar of my own. Riflemen do advance across the open road. Might run into some flamethrowers, or a bike, or a combination of both.
Attention! The enemy advances.
Volksgrenadiers moving in, back opening up on the riflemen. Pioneers are still nearby, but not quite in a good condition. And there we go, sniper opening up, sniping a Volksgrenadier. Bike moves in, hoping to spot that sniper for my own sniper. And there we go, will in negative cover, and the sniper blows it. Great. What an absolute clock winder. Anyways, rifleman firing away on the bike. Bike managed to get a bit of chaos. She's trying to get the sniper, but sadly no luck. And then deciding, well, I've already blown my cover, I might as well get that damn mortar. Bike moving into the American base, and rather realizing it's ended up in a very, very bad place. And it's probably not going to make it out of there alive. No, indeed. Bike lost. That was silly. But mortar team is in fact cleared out. Sniper retreats in this case. Volksgun is getting gunned down as they're trying to charge in. Assault moving in, hoping to clear out the riflemen. And there we go. Getting stunned, getting damaged, and forced to run away, leaving behind one lovely mortar for me to steal. Or secure, of course, for the sake of the fatherland. Medics moving in. And already one mortar gunner goes down. Will the other two be lost as well, or will they be able to luck the American mortar all the way back? German mortar at the same time moving forwards. Pioneers, other pioneer team might decide to, move around. Sniper could also be sent forwards, and a Pack 38 just in case, he gets vehicles. Always pays to be prepared, otherwise you're going to end up with a Greyhound up your arse. Or a T-17 for that matter. And there we go, American sniper on the move again.
Yes, comrade.
My own sniper is on the move, and of course no need to cloak him this close to my own base. It's only once I get close to the suspected point of the American sniper that you might want to cloak. Hang on, nice bit of resources there, getting supply out as well. Quite a bit of this and that, but not exactly a lot of units either. Interestingly enough, quite a bit of infrastructure on supply yards, medic stations, and laying down some mines before he seizes the point. Very sneaky that. Very sneaky that. In fact, rifleman running straight into a mine. Pioneers charging in with a flamethrower, perhaps. Mortar opening up in support. And Pioneer team goes down in flames, but a mortar round then clears out a few more riflemen in the name of the fatherland. No attempt to clear out these engineers who are still standing about. Of course, a mortar does that. In fact, opening up on the mine, which in fact could set it off. And there we go. Mine goes off. Engineers go down into the ground. And assault going in on the riflemen, trying to charge in, stunning them, leaving them much easier targets for the rest of the Volksgrenadiers. Even the Pack 38 has a bit of fun firing away. And he has scorn infantry. Our friend the American has gone for the infantry doctrine, now getting another mortar to replace the mortar that was lost to the Wehrmacht, which is currently right here, slightly smaller than the Wehrmacht mortar. Of course, that's a 6 centimeter. This is an 8 centimeter mortar. And the Americans used on the company level the 6 millimeter, the Germans the 8 centimeter. The Americans did have an 8 centimeter, but that was for a battalion level. The Germans had a 120 millimeter or 12 centimeter mortar. Sniper still moving about, still a threat. Mortars firing. And sniper moving forward. Could he perhaps be trying to snipe someone? American mortar setting up as well, and engineers trying to lay down. Machine gun emplacement now coming under heavy fire. And artillery going in, using the sniper to spot for his howitzer. Call in, certainly not a bad idea. This didn't turn out quite well though, as mortar fire would rain in. Sniper opening up, and I'm not there to actually snipe him. And the second American mortar now getting mortared by a mortar of its own kind. Mortar on mortar action. And the sniper misses again, absolutely tiresome. Mortar though goes down. Other infantry reinforcing, Kampfkraft center going up, ever lovely with that. A bit of barbed wire there to protect this point. Full screen with MP40s in a bad position over here, hoping to catch that sniper, but no. Caught in front of him, machine gun emplacement and rifleman BARs, and they're lost. Oh wait, the sniper was actually caught. Oh, that could have been the sniper actually. Of course, that does give me a bit of free reign, and there we go, opening up on the rifleman, not suspecting any further snipers. Doesn't look like a more on way, and the rifleman running straight into a lot of fire. Another American mortar, now counter-mortaring my mortar. Quite a bit of mortar action. Storm Armory going up at the same time. Americans getting sniped. Second mortar advancing. This mortar not recruited as of yet. Quite a bit of mortar action, but not a lot of infantry action. In fact, he's lost one rifleman team. He's in fact lacking a bit, offensive power. But then again, considering I'm on the defensive, it's certainly going to help him. Since of course that means I'm a bit of an easier target with mortars. And there we go. German mortar firing in response. Mortar, and another mortar recruit. Christ, I'm going to say mortar a lot in this game. And we are seeing an observation post on the munitions, of course, probably to facilitate more artillery, not mortars. Otherwise, that might be a bit too much mortar. Volksgunners, at least for now, ignoring the mortar. The other mortar do suffering losses, getting suppressed. In fact, moving forwards. And of course moving about so I don't get counter-mortared. Of course, mortars are in the sense that Civilian of course does the rules of counter-artillery also applies to this. Move them about once in a while. Great mortar team once more cleared out. Machine gun emplacement still there. Grenadiers and Volksgunners getting suppressed. And the American mortar getting counter-mortared. He's not moving his mortar to avoid counter-mortaring. Mortar. And artillery getting called in once more. Not entirely sure where. Right there on my base, having gained within sight. Of course, engineers snuck through there, cut the wire, just ran about it. Some troops go down on the retreat. Oh, horrific. Snipers opening up on the engineers. Mortar emplacement still standing, and the engineers now forced to run away.
Heavy infantry reserves now available.
And well, that wasn't so much as sniping as just shooting him straight in the face when he just ran past him. I mean, I've not seen that was much, sniper worthy. Unless, of course, the sniper was extremely nearsighted, but I don't think that's the case. Tank depot going up for Slejpner, interesting enough. And yes, indeed, this time for the mid-game analysis. What is the current situation? Well, currently I'm sort of holding half the map. He's holding the other half, but I'm holding most of the victory points. And I'm certainly keeping him drained because he's spending too much on his infrastructure. I mean, he's got, Trier Center, Supply Yard, Weapon Support Center, Barracks, and a tank depot. Yet he doesn't have a lot of units. Sort of things like that, and he's constantly losing mortars. In fact, he's probably produced 3 in this game. One of those which rather went into the depots of the 91st Luftlande Division. Not quite what you want. Of course, I am still doing alright. Of course, I should be careful. But then again, with the Sturm Armory, that should give me some more mobile firepower and thus allow me to be a bit more aggressive. But let us return to the fight to see how that goes. Once more, mortar gets recruited. German mortar taking up position in cover, and of course spotting his mortar and sniping his mortar. Once I spotted his mortar, my own mortar might be firing on as well. Armored car moving in. MG42 building still safe, and Volksgun is getting mortared. Oh dear, but Americans are advancing heedlessly, and MG42 opens up on them out in the open, suppressing them. And the second mortar has gotten recruited as well. Riflemen taking heavy losses being forced back by the MG42 armored car combo, and now moving on, using the armored car to clear out those mortars, since there's nothing really protecting them against the vicious armored car. And he's getting an M18 Hellcat, a tank destroyer, Stu-42 on the move. First mortar is down. Armored car moving in after the second mortar, blowing away some shrubbery and some branches. And the Stu-42 advances, ready to clear out that machine gun emplacement with all fury possible. Clearing out a medic in the process. Artillery getting called in on the Stu-42. Engineers moving in, but not enough, and the Stu-42 gets away from all of the artillery without suffering the slightest damage. Amazing. But just bloody lucky. Who knows? Grenadiers ready with Panzerschrecks just in case he has something, and of course he does have a Hellcat, but not quite a huge threat to my infantry, I fear. Well, he fears, I'm not really, worried about that. Armored car deciding it wants to be elsewhere. Grenadiers are advancing for the far land rifle once more. Are they going to recruit that mortar? Are they? Oh dear, he is in fact recruiting his mortars once more. Absolutely. Oh dear, he's certainly keen on those mortars. I mean, it's not wrong to use mortars in American, but there's also a time where, perhaps you shouldn't be spending all of your infantry trying to recruit them. Just a suggestion, a hint, a possibility. Engineers getting blasted to bits by the Stu-42. Grenadiers getting close to the American mortar and deciding to deliver some grenades over the hedge. Killing one, in fact. Hellcat is retreating. Rangers have been called in. Rangers there to lead the way. And the armored car has been upgraded into a Puma. That is actually the name. It is not a Puma until it actually has that gun. Gets, though, its main gun destroyed within seconds of the upgrade. That's absolutely amazing, spectacular, fantastic, wonderful, heroic, all that. And now the American mortar has been recruited and is once more firing away at those silly Americans. And then it's cleared out. Grenadiers taking up position in the house and opening up on the observation post with the Panzerschreck. Rangers ready down here with the bazookas, but a bit lacking, in the offensive forward ability. And let us return to me. Observation post is gone. Hellcat opening up on the Stu-42. Stu-42 structured off. Rangers firing up and running straight in, not into just an MG-42, a sniper, but also MP-40s. And with a heroic effort, they blast the sniper to bits with the bazookas. And the Hellcat does not survive the encounter with the Pak-38. Rifleman charging across open ground, right into the range of the MG-42, the Stu-42, and the Volksgrenadiers with MP-40s. Not entirely sure if there's any sense of that, except apparently trying to call in artillery. Getting the troops away. Of course, one thing to note, buildings provide against heavy artillery. Against mortars, they're not quite as effective, but against heavy artillery, they can do quite alright. Of course, if the building collapses, then the infantry inside it is doomed, but until then, of course, not a bad idea. Puma gets repaired, ready once more. Rangers once more advanced. No, that's a fresh Ranger team, it seems like. Yes, indeed, the other ones haven't even been fully reinforced. Getting submachine guns running straight into a lot of other fire and forced to run away. Puma gets a Ranger.
The enemy has 300 points.
Puma keeps firing, so does the Stu-42, and Volksgrenadiers in support of all this, forcing the Rangers away with a vengeance. And Slejpner rather realizes he perhaps should just stick to being the horse of a guard, or perhaps not. Bazooka rockets keep going after the Stu-42, but with urgency it's also now gained a light machine gun. Rangers almost down. Oh dear, the horror and forced retreat. Another Ranger team advances. Stu-42 actually takes a bit of nasty damage and charging right forwards into all of the fire. Main gun destroyed once more on the Puma, but will it make it out alive this time? Stu-42 getting repaired. And the Rangers almost dead. Not a lot left. In fact, let's just beat this last bit up. Apparently a Ranger team tries to sneak through all of this and run into a lot more than I expected, including some stormtroopers frustrated right from the 17th SS Panzergrenadier Division, meaning all of these Rangers are in a bit of trouble. 242 keeps blasting away at the hedgerows. Grenadiers moving in. Stormtroopers now with some assault rifles. Rangers suffering heavy losses to mortar fire. And 242 fire. And every other sort of fire. Getting suppressed, getting killed, getting all other sorts of bits. But staying alive is certainly not one of them. And there you go. Victory for the fatherland. 91st Luftlande Division was able to pull through despite heavy mortar rain. And of course, well, I know again, sorry if it's not the best game, but you know, it's the best I could do after all these troubles I had today. And I'll certainly try to do better tomorrow for the Monday novice fight. But still, I mean, what can we learn from this? You know, ensure you don't get too heavily on the infrastructure, you know, all the buildings before you have enough units. And the trouble was, he wasn't really having the units enough, which rather left him a bit crippled towards me, which, you know, had more than that, plus including, you know, stealing his mortars, which certainly left me a bit stronger. In fact, he probably shouldn't have been spending so much resources on trying to constantly recruit them. He should have just been trying, you know, to outmaneuver. Sadly, he was a little bit lacking, you know, in the maneuver bit. Sniper was an alright attempt, but I put a bit of a stop to that. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why not subscribe and tell friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own? This is ImperialDane saying cheers.